saw like
Turn up.
3 in a row.
If you get that, if you
Turn up.
get them basically like shining gold while they're going down, that means like it worked.
Okay. Yeah, there was an echo, by the way. Good thing I had this shit actually recording. Jesus Christ. Anyways, with that said, pow! Wow, that I don't even know what the fuck that
You're
guy's
a shooting star, something far. This was a meme on Facebook.
It was on Facebook. It was on everywhere. You
I'm
don't
up
even
on
know your
Facebook.
meme.
I don't.
Anyways, guys, this is
boomer.
the Toast Free Show. As you can tell, because we're going to be really out of control like we usually are. But yeah, Chat Tech, hi. How you doing? What's up, people? I got some questions for you guys, though. We can talk about topics. We can say hi and all that shit. You guys already know how it is. We were talking about lots of deep stuff before the show. I want to ask you guys if you think this is a good idea, which I guess I'll wait for a minute while people actually come in and whatnot. So, so I can actually get someone to answer the question. But Roxy, how you doing today? God damn it!
What? I'm here.
I'm sorry, it took a minute. Go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry. Don't hate
I'm
me.
gonna go now.
No, what?
Fuck
How are
you.
you doing? You tell me how you're doing.
I'm drinking a Thai iced tea, and I'm a little irritated because Garrett said something stupid, and I spit it onto my thigh, onto my laptop, on my phone, on my right, on my sticky notes, on my lotion, and a little bit on my curtains.
Damn, babe.
You need to Google what Thai iced tea looks like.
Yeah, by the way, did you do that like you fucking like spit out like that lady from Exorcist, like Linda Blair, just like it's hilarious.
Projectile and shit.
I went fucking.
Like the bird from Scary Movie 2.
We were basically talking about like what the fuck? What were we talking about? Actually, I'm trying to think like what the hell. You said like
Y'all
Dick
were making
Dingler.
Scooby and Shaggy Mason. Fuck. Say some nasty ass shit like, damn, Scooby, look at that big old Dirk Diggler or whatever the fuck.
That's a big ass stick, Scooby.
I like that some meat. No, but the thing is, though, like you guys talking about like some guy named Dick Dingles or Dick Dingler.
What? What?
No, because that's what we're
Dick
talking about.
Dingler?
Yeah, that's his name. Dick who?
No, Dick Dingler is not his name. It's Dirk Diggler, I think.
Oh,
Dirk Diggler's the name of the Mark Wahlberg's character in Boogie Nights, who's like known for having a big dick.
Oh, for real, man. That's why. Son of a bitch. I had no idea what the fuck y'all were talking about. But the thing is, this guy, his name sounds like Dick Dastardly to me. So I was thinking like his name is Dick Dangler, and he's a character in Hanna-Barbera, and Scoob and Shaggy just like really like are just amazed by his big penis. That's what he's called, Dick Dangler. It's just like fucking Scooby, just like, ooh, look at that big ass meat.
That's a big ass Scooby snack.
And apparently this made Roxy vomit all over her fucking room. It's
Projectile.
amazing. Yeah.
Bitch, I didn't vomit, I spat.
That's bad. I didn't vomit. I don't know why you said like you got fucking overalls on, but it's okay.
If you don't see me as a fucking hick, then you see me as like some homie G shit.
Exactly.
Or you see me as a fucking vato.
Well, no, the Vato and the Homie G share the same thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're slightly different according to
Have
you.
you ever watched Blood and Blood Out? They're the same thing.
I have, fool.
You have to? No,
Yeah,
that's actually a great movie, by the way. Yeah, I know someone, Chris Ayers, which by the way, if you're in the chat, thank you for even doing this, but he tagged me in the whole like 10-day movie challenge thingy. And the first movie I was going to put on there was Blood and Blood Out, but the thing is, if I start off bringing that up, everyone's going to expect me to say Mexican movies the entire fucking way through. So I had to pick something else first.
We're going to give you a taco hat. Make you represent.
Oh, yeah, because that's what they're supposed to do, wear taco hats. It's not dumb at all, Sammy. You fucking idiot. Anyways, but we won't do that. We had a whole talk about this recently, too, about, like, we're being too honest on these shows sometimes. Like, I just made Ganja's point. Like, I just cut, I just said the guy's name.
Who said we're being too honest?
I think Ganja said that. Maybe.
Did
you
I?
said, yeah, because recently you said, like... Because I think I was telling you, I was like, hey, man, we probably shouldn't say exactly how you feel sometimes about certain people. And you're like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And then you're like, yeah, you're right. So, Sammy, I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, you're right.
No, you are right, but but then some of them be saying some real stupid shit like Christian's political opinions.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I can say that now, Christian. Look, we're not going to talk shit about you, but, dude, like, arguing for fucking 72 pages worth of goddamn comments, like... Or not 72 pages, or 72 comments. But still, 72 anything to argue about politics. Like, dude, just agree that you don't agree with the other person.
My favorite is I'll debate you. I'll drop a Zoom link right now, bitch.
And then, like, 2 days later, Joe Biden says some fucking stupid racially insensitive shit. And he's like, oh, well, I guess I gotta go the other direction with everything. It's like, dude, you were defending this guy, insulting people and who they are for fucking weeks. And then Joe Biden fucks up, and that same day you go on the fucking podcast with Corey and just like, oh, that guy's full of shit now. Dude, pick a side or just don't argue these things.
I do what the boss says.
Look, I saw Star Wars and I saw Lord of the Rings. I understand politics.
No shit. Yeah, it's just like Empire Strikes Back, guys. There's a whole economy about it. Nah, fuck that. There ain't no Clerks fucking conversation. Remember that shit? People used to talk about how smart that Star Wars conversation was in the first Clerks. That shit was stupid.
Man, it's still dumb. It's just literally about someone's being an asshole contractor and possibly working on the Death Star. There's no real point to this conversation. It ain't fucking deep.
Yeah, exactly. It's some silly shit. But hopefully we don't talk about it too much because we do gotta, I guess, somewhat discuss it. And maybe there's something I don't know about the Joe Biden thing. I just look at it as like these fucking political people are stupid, and then that's it. Maybe Ganja can kind of, open your eyes up more to any of these things. It is what it is.
Oh no, I'm gonna pretty much be on your side on this one. They're just idiots.
But yeah, there's a lot of things else going on too. Doja Cat fucking up. Finally, people are not loving her as much as they normally do. Talk about that. Lana Del Rey playing the fucking boo-hoo goddamn tune. Pretty much talking about how everyone has changed. She's actually doing the shit that I do when I'm talking about millennials. And I'm like, why does everything have to be about this? She did the same thing, except she's part of the business, so she looks fucking stupid. So talk about that too. And then death. So much death. Talking about lots of death today. So
we're gonna talk about a certain WWE star that might have passed away.
Which one's in WWE star? Oh, you talking about Shad Gaspard?
Yeah.
We talked about that last week. I mean,
okay.
not to be so nonchalant, but that dude dead. I mean, like
okay.
it's just unfortunately, that's the way it is. But here's the thing. Now that people are in the chat, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. So we're talking about stuff before the show. We kind of get a little crazy sometimes, and I brought up the idea of maybe it'll be a good idea to adopt your own dad. And I know it sounds crazy at first, but Roxy and Ganja both were just like, that's such a great idea, Nick. They were telling me how smart I am for thinking of this.
You a big sweet, Nick.
But yeah, like, so, I mean, apparently this is a thing that happened in some Canadian show called The Replacements or whatever, but like, yeah, Ganja, am I so crazy for thinking this, that you should be able to adopt your own parents?
I mean, they do say some of the family you choose is stronger than the ones that you're just born with. And to a certain extent, sometimes that is true. But, like, you make it sound like you pop out, like, your mom's belly, and you're just like, this one, that's my dad.
No.
Like, you're just going to pick them out of a lineup.
No, I think they should gather up older people that don't have shit to do and just put them in the building, and then kids come and it's like, I want that one. And then that's, like, the dad. Or, dude, what do, like, single ladies get to go over there? You don't have to fuck the dad. You just go over there and, like, hey, you would be great for my child. I'm going to pick you. And then there you go. You got, like, a good little...
Oh, God, so you want the human equivalent of a fucking cat lady?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
Having like 12 fucking 15 children running around the house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that'll be fucking great. Oh, and Ryan, it wasn't Canadian, but he says it was a Disney property, The Replacements. Yeah, because the thing is, when Roxy brought this up to me, I was thinking of fucking the Tom Cruise movie.
Tom Cruise? I've never seen this.
Or no, Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves. Yeah, because apparently there was this thing where I mean, I don't know what the fucking story is. Roxy, can you actually explain what this crazy Disney show is?
So I don't even want to say orphans no more, because then you're gonna make fun of the way I say fucking orphans.
These orifices.
So 2 orifices, 2 booty holes, who are orphans. They ain't got no mom, they ain't got no dad. They're looking through a magazine, and then at the end of the magazine, it's like, oh, hey, Flameco. It's a company that, like, gives you a phone. They give you parents and shit. So they sent some money and, like, a clip art of the ad, sent it through the mail. They got their parents. One's a spy, obviously from her spy attire. The other one's basically like an Evel Knievel father. And they get a phone, which basically at the push of a button, if you don't like a certain adult, you can switch them out to something cooler, nerdier, whatever your need is for that time. So say you have a teacher, you don't like her because she said your dick little. So you're like, I want a teacher who tells me my dick big. So I'm going to push this button and get a teacher that tells me my pee-pee's huge. Mm-hmm. And then cool, I got what I wanted.
Yeah, and I would love that. I would love to have a my pee-pee's huge button. That'd be fucking awesome. But speaking of huge pee-pees, Jed, what is your opinion on just not only this particular show, because I don't know if you've ever seen this, but also, too, just my idea about, being able to adopt your own parents. Like, is that not the greatest fucking idea ever? Come on. Tell
You
me.
said dad at first, and then I'm just here thinking, like, who the fuck wants another fucking dad? Just get another fucking mom.
Well, I mean, like, listen, because I'm a guy, that's the reason why I thought that. But no, I mean parents. I mean any kind of parents, male, female. You
Get
can,
two mommies.
well, no, see
Replace
now
that.
you're being reverse. You're being reverse sexist.
Replace
That's
that
me.
dad. Replace that dad with a mom. You get more shit done.
Now you
No.
being sexist, Jet.
Yeah, it's sexist.
Don't
Come
give a shit
on.
about your guys' fragile ass feelings. Get two mommies.
Jesus Christ. Damn. You know
You
what's
know
fucked
what?
up?
I agree. Get the kid two daddies.
No, see, that's the thing about people nowadays. They're always so damn scared to say anything against females. No, fuck that. Okay, I mean, I don't want a dad either. But,
So you
but
want
the
two
thing is,
daddies? You want two daddies, Nick?
no, I don't. So, like, I guess I'm making Jet's point a little bit there.
No, no. If anything, we're adding to it because right now we're horribly enforcing this patriarchy to each other.
I think we are actually because
Yeah,
I
we
stayed on this about 5 minutes. But here's the thing, though. Replacements is a great
I
fucking
gave
show.
up.
It's gonna be our this show's gonna be our future apparently. And if Jet has anything to do with it, it's gonna be just a bunch of moms walking around.
It's gonna be a
Um,
lesbian
Damn
porn
right,
from
two
the
mommies.
70s.
Jet, god damn it, man. I thought Jet was gonna come in and be like, no, it's a great idea, and like, you can have men go over there and
Look, the replacements was annoying as fuck because the fact is they never kept any of the replacements except for their parents. It's like, oh yeah, you got this cool new teacher. Oh, well, some minor inconvenience. No, we want this shitty ass teacher back. Like, y'all are weak as fuck.
yeah. Well, it's like, I mean, the idea of giving too much control to people and they're just kind of
They're 12, Jet.
I don't give a shit. Like, oh yeah, this fucking teacher throws us parties every day, but now we're not learning anything. Oh no. I guess we got to have the teacher who basically like hates the shit out of us now. Girl,
Would you do that when you were a kid? Would you replace people and teachers and friends and shit like that with like a remote control or whatever? Like if you had the ability?
I would replace the fuck out of so many teachers,
Oh,
and I wouldn't look back either.
No, I wouldn't because at the same time, if I have that ability, like I'm gonna run out of the good because I'm just gonna be using them too fucking often, and then I'm gonna end up pissing them off because I'm so goddamn filled with my own control power. Like I don't know, I feel like I would ruin many more relationships with my teachers by doing that. Then again,
I mean, that's on you then.
how about you, Ganja? Would you abuse that power?
be able to replace people. I think I would just be more like, hey, I just want to see what it's like to have, someone that works at an aquarium for the day, take the class to an aquarium trip. It would turn more to the magic school bus than what Jet's describing, which is honestly what they did. Is like, yeah, my teacher sucks. She don't give us candy. Oh God, this teacher feeds us nothing but candy. It's almost like we need a balance. Oh,
Yeah, no,
no, you real kids can identify like, hey, I just need a weekend of just having fun with. So I'm gonna replace it with some fucking action star. We're gonna go to Hollywood.
yeah, because that's the biggest thing, dude. Like, what you call it? Oh, and Gary's saying it's like, oh my God, the mom that replaces is so fucking hot. I don't know, man.
Cartoon, Gary.
Yeah.
A cartoon.
Yeah, I know she's pretty. I guess I understand it. Look at her.
I'm a quote not clerks. I'm a quote Mallrats to you. Fictional characters, dog.
Oh, but dude, you can't even say it. You know, there's fucking people that. Dude, I found a fucking robot sexy once in Beast Wars.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, in Beast Wars, bro. Like
Beast Wars.
Yeah. Like
Not even the human transformer. You went straight to
pull up a
mechanical bestiality.
yeah.
Pull up a picture.
I need to see this.
Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all.
Yeah,
Here
come
she
on.
is. God, man, when I was a kid, my fucking little 2-inch peepee was not even hard, but I wish it was. So
Why are you making me think these things?
Oh my God.
this is Black Arachnia. She was.
Is this why you have a thing for Scorpion?
No, that she
That
doesn't
makes-
look like Scorpion.
She got the same kind of color coded.
It's just yellow. You think I want to fuck bumblebees?
Yeah.
No, like, dude, like even like the size of her boobs, bro. Like over here, like they're all like huge, like wideness wise. And when I was a
Why'd
kid,
you have to say that like you were in middle school still? Like, look at the size of that boobage, bro.
well, for robots, like there should be no boobs at all. She's a robot. She should be flat chested. But the fact that they put boobs on the character, and I'm a kid, and then she does things like she flirts with other robots, and she like betrays them. Like she's kind of a huge thought in the Beast Wars universe. And like, dude, because of the characters liking her, and like, when you're a kid, like whatever your main character thinks, you're gonna think too. So like, I'm like falling in love with her because of the robots. They want to fuck her too. Like over here, she's messing with Tarantulas over here, messing with him and trying to get into his heart, and he's like, "Bitch, leave me alone," like whatever. I'm like, dude, like she's gonna cheat on you, you idiot. What are you doing, man? I had a big old thing for Black Arachnia. She was awesome.
You had a thing for a spider.
Yeah.
You
8
probably
legs.
jerked off to Charlotte's Web too.
Dude, and I love legs. She has 8 legs, dog. 8 legs, because she's a spider.
That's embarrassing.
8 legs. He got 8 legs.
Jed, you're not judging me right now, are you?
What about you wanting to fuck like a robot spider?
What? No, she's not really a spider though. Think of it as cosplay.
She's not really a woman either.
Well, a woman voice actor.
But it's a robot.
I know, but you that's your imagination. Like, what if like a robot's like, I'm gonna turn on the human mode? Oh yes, welcome to.
The pee-pee's still cold then.
Aw, damn it. I don't know, man. Crushes were weird when you were a kid, man. Like, just like, dude, don't you think you're like almost more perverted when you're a kid because you know you can't fuck it and you don't even know what that means? So when you have a crush, it's like this really emotional thing, and you don't even know what to do with it. It's just like, oh, I love that thing, like. You know what I mean?
I was bad, but like I didn't feel like I was gonna turn to the Incredible Hulk of like craving pussy like you were. I thought I had it bad as a kid, but goddamn, this man was just walking around like Jacko and Mr. Hyde looking for ass and shit.
Well, dude, I didn't even know what a pussy was. So it's like all I knew was like I just loved that.
I wanted it.
I just want to hug it. I want to hug the fuck out of it.
I want to smell it.
Yeah.
I want to hug the fuck out of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's because that's all you know how to do. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know. Like, dude, honestly, if someone told me how sex works when I'm 6 years old, that would have scared the fuck out of me. I was still scared when I saw porn for the first time. I saw it.
So for everyone else, like saying like animated characters, do y'all have any like real like living human being crushes?
Well, I mean that too, asshole. Son of a bitch.
Like everyone's listening to like cartoons and shit. Like my first one would be like I had a crush on Hillary Duff when I was a kid.
Okay, Hillary, I can understand that, you know, but at the same time, like, I mean, you just got bad taste. That's all that is.
Well, I blame Disney Channel because all I was surrounded by with that shit was just white girls.
I mean, she's pretty. Like, I'm trying. I don't want to look too young. I want to like look for her or whatever. But like, I would imagine like this is a good example of what she looked.
I thought it was the other Mary-Kate Ashley twin, the one that's in the fucking Avengers.
Oh, she's in there. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
they look scary now.
They do.
Yeah, shit. I remember Bob Saget talking about they were hot, and I'm like, oh, that's so weird because you're.
Did he fuck one of them?
I hope not, dude. Because like that whole like father-daughter thing is like.
Because I could swear in one of his stand-ups he talks about. I think he slept with either Debbie or the older daughter.
Debbie.
Yeah, the friend.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Debbie.
I watched Full House, so I remember the characters. But Debbie was the friend character that was friends with the older sister.
Her name's not Debbie.
What was it?
Yeah, it wasn't
Kimmy
Debbie.
Gibbler.
It was Kimmy. All right, damn, fuck.
It was like Jimmy and Jimmy from fucking Double Dragon shit. Christina Ricci, somebody says, well, where's Christina Ricci from?
And first of all, were you a
That's
kid?
Wednesday Addams.
Wait,
Whenever people say Christina Ricci, I gotta ask you the specifics. When you were crushing on her, were you also a kid?
Oh yeah. No, I'm sure he was.
I'm checking hard drives.
No, but she looks pretty. The only thing is she looks like fucking Lori from The Walking Dead, and it just makes me mad every time I see that lady.
How do you see Lori from The Walking Dead?
Because she's white and has long hair, and that's all. I'm an asshole. That's
okay.
I'm just a dick. I mean, I don't know, man, but like, I mean, she looks like so many girls. Not to talk shit, I mean, she's still pretty. Like, I'm not.
What was one of your crushes, babe?
I'd have to think. Oh, right off the top of my head, Brendan Fraser from The Mummy and from George of the Jungle.
Your crushes are starting to make sense while you're dating me.
And then I forgot his name, but I think he was in The Mummy too. The dude that was like
the Mexican looking dude.
I think he was like Arabic.
No. Oh fuck! I know you're talking
Arabic Muslim. What was he?
Fuck! Let me pull it. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I'll look him up right now. But like
he had like some kind of black paint like underneath his eyes because he was out in like the desert sand all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
and then I don't know his name at all. Another one would be Dracula from Blade Trinity.
Dracula from Blade Trinity. First of all, I gotta look at this guy. I think his name is
Adrith Beth.
Yeah, or no,
or some shit. Yeah, that's his name.
Oded
That's
Fair. Oh,
very
yeah,
fancy.
This is definitely him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is him right here. This dude. Let me see. I'm gonna look up photos. This is like the first time I actually went.
Oh yeah, he was. Remember, he was. Fuck you.
I don't know that.
Carlos.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Yeah,
wait,
no,
what?
his name is Oded Fair, but he's Carlos from Resident Evil, from Resident Evil 2 and 3. Oh, no wonder why my sister wanted to fuck him. Jesus.
I don't like him in Resident Evil, but I liked him in The Mummy. The Mummy Returns.
Mummy Returns. Let me see. I'm gonna look him up from that movie. God. They don't have because like he's like all like decked out in like this black thingy, like this suit thing. He has a sword.
they got him looking full fucking like Arabian Night.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't
Go
find
on
pictures of him.
Google.
He's like that. Oh, yeah, well now I know his name, right?
Mhm.
All right. I'll write this in. Let's see if he shows up. Yeah, there he goes. See, you like that shit? With the
Yeah.
long hair thing. Yeah.
Wait, the one right next to it. That was the one.
Yeah. Damn, I just popped my balls right in his face, dude. Just fucking.
Just spread the makeup.
Just fucking pop. You know what I mean? Just.
Those webbles.
Yup. Now he's mad at me. Hey, don't put your balls in my face.
I don't swing that way.
Now, see, and this is an example, by the way. This is why dudes have facial hair. Because look, you got this handsome shit right here, then you have this. It's disgusting.
He kind of looks like Stephen Colbert without the beard.
That's the reason why people do that shit, man. I'm telling you. I'm surprised he didn't have like a whole like Steven Seagal type thing. Because like after this, I mean, he did some good choreography in the
Really,
movie.
Steven Seagal? You want to compare a future career with that?
Dude, Steven Seagal was huge. I don't know.
I mean, I
He
had
was
a couple
huge.
more, but no, my Thea had a thing for Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'll
what?
look up-
Even with the bald and ponytail?
Yeah.
No, back in the day, it wasn't like that. Like he was like a
Back in the day, it wasn't like that.
dude. I seriously, man, back in the day. You know how when Christian says like, "Hey, man, the '70s, bro, like everything was different, so every movie back then's fucking great." It's like Steven Seagal, same thing. It doesn't matter that he's ugly. Back then, there was no attractive people, so he's the sexiest.
Dude could smell like pastrami and everyone would be okay with it.
Exactly, it didn't matter. Why do you think people liked Arnold? They don't know what the fuck he's saying, but it's like, hey, he's a good-looking guy. Like, he's not hideous, so fuck it.
Sound like he's gargling some balls in his mouth.
Ah, you know you would have fucked me. Oh God.
Come on me if you want to live.
Wait, what?
But no. Which guy? You said you had a couple other ones.
From what I can remember, did I mention the dude from Dracula from Blade Trinity?
Yeah.
And then Scud from Blade 2.
Scud from Blade 2. Oh, now, I know you must have saved him for that. Oh, you're talking about Daryl from Walking Dead.
Yep.
Yeah, guy, he is kind of chunky right here, dude. I mean, I don't know.
Actually, I dated a dude in high school who looked like that, except he was shorter.
Was his name Norman?
No, his name was Tyler. And it was the first Tyler I dated.
He looks like a
Because the second Tyler I dated didn't like me referring to him as Tyler the second.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And as someone who's Tyler the third, I feel very hurt.
See, right here, it looks like he's.
You are not the third.
My middle name's Tyler, babe.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't tell her either, motherfucker?
She knew that already. I don't know why she
I
forgot.
forgot. No, the fucked up thing is, like,
I signed
his
bills
middle
with her in
name.
front of me. She's seen
The
my middle
fuck-
name.
The fucked up thing was, like, his middle name and his last name are the same exact names of the last Tyler I dated.
That's fucking strange. But yeah, no, everyone fucking loves their Norman Reedus, so I guess I get it or whatever. But let me look up Dracula from Blade. Blade Trinity, you said?
Yeah.
Tranny?
No, Trinity.
No, Trinity.
No, Nick said Tranny.
I did say that. Fuck you.
Yeah, you
The
did,
fucking scene.
motherfucker. Where's Kirk? Clip that shit.
No.
It's so fucking dumb, but when he was walking through, like, the city, and you hear that fucking song in the background, try to claim my name, but that's fatal. I don't know why, but I did some shit
If you
for
want to
him.
go with me, I'll give you anal. Sorry, I just wanted to rhyme. Oh, is this him afterwards? He evolves into Charizard or whatever?
Yeah, he turns into spiky titty boy.
Yeah, that's.
Are those
kinda
eyes
fucking-
on his tits? What the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, he looks like the fucking what's that? The G virus got to him from Resident Evil and shit. Just like, dude, what's up with Resident Evil? They always had to have eyes on shit.
Except like his eyes are like more like I hate to say it, but more flamboyant.
Yeah,
Like it looks like he's a carnival demon come to life.
yeah. Oh, like right here, dude. Like, look at these fucking eye nipples. That's silly, to be honest. That's kind of poo poo. You know, but I don't know. I mean,
Well, yeah, the movie was poo poo.
well, no, Triple H was in it.
It was fatal!
Yeah, no, you can't call Blade Trinity, or not Tranny, what fucking Gunn just said. No, you can't say this movie was that bad, man. Fucking my boy Triple H, the future Vince McMahon was in this movie, and yeah, like I don't know, I gotta give it some props. Although these teeth look so fucking silly.
That shit's fatal.
That shit's dumb, dude.
Showing off his grills.
Just like, wah, wah.
Ah.
That's so bad. I heard that Triple H and on some other people in this movie that really did not like working with Wesley Snipes. Yeah, I
Mhm.
he was a dick.
He lost his mind during this record. This was the movie.
Wasn't
that
he on
started.
crack?
I don't think he was on crack. I think he was just losing it. Like he was just getting that celebrity head shit.
Yeah, the Jennifer
He was
Lopez
so
is-
lovable in Tu Wong Fu.
He thought he was Blade.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I get when you're making so much money and you're so. I mean, dude, like there was a lot of comic book movies at the time, so when something like this explodes, unlike Spawn, fucking like yeah, the guy's
It's
going,
fatal.
It's fatal. Give me some anal.
Oh,
But yeah. Anyway, so here's the thing, though, guys. Since I just fucked that all up, what I want to do is talk about something that's kind of serious, just a little bit. But we'll talk about some things that kind of, I guess, connect to us just a tiny bit too while discussing this. But pretty sure everybody already knows about this. This wrestling diva over here, Hana Kimura. Because the biggest thing about this, the reason why I'm bringing this up is that when it comes to wrestling, so often do we always hear about, it's never any good news. Always like, oh, someone died, someone OD'd, oh, someone always did this or that, whatever. And at the age of 22, Hana Kimura, who I guess she wrestles for this thing called Stardom and Wrestle One, they're both in Tokyo, I believe. But she's 22, so you're probably thinking like, oh, okay, well, obviously she probably died from like a drug overdose or an accident or something. But apparently no, cyberbullying. And what's fucking crazy about this is like you look at somebody like this, dude, and not to be like a pervert or to objectify or whatever, but like she's beautiful. I mean, she is, and she's talented. She fucking, have you seen her wrestling? She's actually really, really good. The crowds don't boo her like unnecessarily. Like people respect this fucking chick, right? And apparently she was a cast member in this thing called Terrace House. I never even heard of this before, but I guess she was on there. My whole thing is that it's just crazy to me that cyberbullying is something to blame for something like this, because this girl is someone who does not really need to be on Twitter. She can easily escape. She has a fucking life, and yet this, at the same time, this actually affected her. And I guess right now, my question to you guys is, she isn't the only one dealing with this. And I know that we've probably had our whole, experience with cyberbullying as well. Has there ever been a time where you were unable to escape that kind of shit? Because maybe there's something here that we're not even reading these articles or whatever. Maybe it is impossible to leave social media and to completely just sidestep being bullied online. But if anyone's comfortable with it, I'll start off with Ganja or whatever. But like, when was the last time you remember being bullied online, and what did you do to kind of like sidestep it? Or did you?
A lot of it, honestly, is I kind of. All right, so I'm a little old school when it comes to the bullying stuff. I still remember back when people would come up to your like neighborhood and like fuck with you at your house and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came to online bullying, like I experienced it to a certain extent, but I always knew I had the separation of the fact that like, hey, as soon as I turn off the computer, they're gone. Whereas now social media for like younger and younger generations, it's more important. It's almost like keeping up your either your social status or even your popularity on both now. You got to be either popular on Facebook or you got to be popular on the actual social media platform or both. So I don't know what it is for kids nowadays with this shit.
Yeah, because my biggest thing about this too is like, I look at somebody like this and I'm like, there is ways that you can distract yourself. Obviously, you have a career going for it right now. You're 22 years old. And one of the last things she actually said, she went on Twitter before she killed herself and put on out there that she doesn't want to be human anymore. And she thanked her fans, and she says she has love for her fans. So she's aware that she has fans. Dude, even with the people watching us right now, I'm not even aware that we'll ever have fans. Even if people sit here and watch us and shoot the shit with us and follow us on After Hours and stuff, it's like, I don't even have that. She has so much more going for her than somebody like me, and yet, like, I don't feel like I can ever let bullying affect me. And it's not a strength thing, it's just a common sense thing. So I'm just kind of like, I mean, I'm not going to say it's her fault or anything, but I'm just kind of thinking, like, is this escapable when you're at that level of fame or whatever? Like, Roxy, I'm going to ask you, do you feel like this was very easily, like, fixable, or do you relate somewhat to being a victim of cyberbullying like this online?
Well, I don't know the exact circumstances, so I can't really comment too much on that. But in my personal experience, I have experienced cyberbullying. But my thing is, mine went a little further than just bullying. Mine went to like full-blown stalking. Like, dude lost his shit. He would go out like looking for me. He tried to get his friends to go out and look for me. Like, shit got serious. Shit got fucking real to the point where I had to take dude to court and almost take his ass to jail.
Jeez.
So I've experienced people going above and beyond when it comes to just cyberbullying. It really depends on who's doing it and how they're going about it. Because if it's just like you're stupid, it's whatever. It goes away when you shut down the computer. But when it goes to the point where people are like doxing you or sending what's the word?
I don't know.
Swatting. When they're like swatting you,
Mm-hmm.
that's still harassment that's going on online, and it's gone past the bullying phase, but some people still consider it as cyberbullying because, oh, it's just on the internet, it don't matter. So it really depends on how different people go about it. And since it is behind a screen, you can only go based off of so much information that that person is presenting. So it is kind of scary because you don't know how far it's going to go.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like what you just said about people not taking it seriously. I would put myself in that boat where I'm like, I feel like shit for not taking it seriously because I'm just like, it's so avoidable. But maybe I'm not wrong. Maybe I am wrong. I don't know. That's why I'm asking all of you guys. And Jed, I'm gonna ask you now. What are your thoughts on the avoidability of cyberbullying, if there is even avoidability? Because I don't know how you feel about this whole situation in general and if it was escapable.
When you're like at least some sort of famous, it's actually pretty hard to avoid cyberbullying because like the thing is, not everyone in the world's gonna like you, and a lot of people are like will be jealous of your fame or basically find out something about you that they don't like, and it can basically get like very serious as to like stalking, as to what Roxy said, or basically they just pick at you and stuff like that. Yeah, she's a beautiful girl, but the thing is, when it comes down to it, everyone's very, very like hard on their looks. Like if some person just points out one thing about you, they're gonna find like 10 other flaws like within themselves, and that's basically hard to deal with. At some point, like you're just gonna be like, okay, like no matter what I do, I'm still gonna have like this going on with me, and basically everyone's gonna keep pointing it out and making me feel worse and worse, and then you basically just don't want to do anything about it anymore.
Do you think help's not even an option at a certain point because it's just accentuating the issue? You know what I mean? It's kind of
Some
like,
The thing is, sometimes, like, if it's not like a stalking issue, like, basically getting away from everything is the best thing you can do. Like, basically, just stop looking at social media and stuff like that and backing away. If it was something like that. But the thing is, her job basically, I'm pretty sure had a lot to do with social media, so it's hard to basically get away from that. Because I mean, like wrestling, you have to do a lot of like promo stuff and everything like that. The thing is, she would probably have to end her career in order to get better.
yeah, and that's the biggest thing too. Imagine that, like having having serious situations where everyone's fucking with you, or you're dealing with a lot, and then you still got to be on TV. And as much as you want to hide in your little shell or in your closet, in your room, or
And
whatever.
like think about this, like you people are making gifs of you basically or something like that, or basically like uh, screen shotting pictures of you, and then you have to see that stuff every day, and it has something you don't like about yourself. It gets worse and worse. So she definitely would have to end her career if she actually wanted to get better. If that was the case in which she killed herself.
Yeah. Yeah, so it really sucks, and not to get so deep here and everything too, but it's just kind of like, yeah, I think that I mean, one lesson to be learned from any of this is just like, yeah, don't be fucking with people just because you feel as though they're unpuncturable because they have it so good. Obviously, at the age of 22, like she had a whole life ahead of her, as well as the fact that she's pretty, she's talented, she's doing the things she wanted to fucking do, and yet it still didn't matter. All that success doesn't matter if you have a serious problem with depression or whatever the fuck. People's comments on some stupid fucking internet screen can still affect you. For me, though, personally, the reason why I feel the way I feel is that I think that you need to know when to just say stop with the social media. There's been WWE wrestlers, and I'm saying WWE, so it's like these guys have budgets, they have money, they have all the fucking exposure that they want, and they turned off their social media. I know Kevin Owens, who's turned off stuff off. People call him fat, fuck with him, talk shit about his family, blah blah blah. Barry White's done that. There's been many wrestlers, many popular people have turned their social media off. So it's possible. And don't think that just because you live in this world where social media is so dominant and so important, you don't have to be stuck to this shit, because it's not really as prevalent as you think. There's going to be a time where social media is not as loose as it is. There's going to be rules put to social media, and you won't have to deal with this much anymore, and it's not going to change a fucking thing, because at the end of the day, it's just a stupid phone or a stupid computer, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. So I don't know. But yeah, if you guys ever deal with something too, like as far as like you guys feel suicidal, whatever, like don't feel odd about like sending a message, talking in the after hours. I mean, obviously I don't want y'all to talk and end up crying. Everyone just fucking talks all over you. That's gonna cause a problem. But like if you guys ever need someone to talk to, our whole chat tech community is honestly a pretty honest place, and I feel like yeah, you should talk to us if something's wrong. But with all
But
that
at
shit
the
said,
same time, also don't forget that we're not therapists. Do
exactly.
definitely go out and basically like talk to an actual therapist.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And just
I
like I
didn't get
said,
licensed for that shit.
seriously. And then another thing too is like just make sure too that if your issue is stemming from this big screen in front of your face, turn it off. Like what Ganja did. Just turn it off. It's fine. So I don't know, man. But moving on, we'll get into some silly shit. And you would think, oh, silly shit. He's probably insulting comic books again or something. Nope. Nope. We're still gonna stay in the world of social climates and everything. What the fuck happened with Doja Cat, guys? Um, Jed, I'll ask you first because you've actually been called Doja Cat because you're so weird, but we gotta stop that today. um,
Well, I can't be Doja Cat for one reason. Is basically I have a black mom.
yeah. Holy shit.
Oh, damn.
So is it bad, by the way, that I've looked at Doja Cat this entire time? I was like, oh, she's black. I didn't know. I didn't know that she wasn't black.
No, she's biracial. She just has a white mom.
Okay. Well, with that, you know what she said too? That's funny you brought that up. One of the comments that's actually being talked about as people go back in her history and look at the shit she's done. She actually said, "God, don't you hate it when a biracial person walks into the room? I hate that moment." Blah blah blah. Like she's talking shit about other biracial people, and she's talking shit about a lot of things in general. And with her facing this big backlash, I mean, what are your thoughts on this, Jed? And I mean, I'll just go ahead to take the whole thing because I don't know what the fuck to think of this.
So when it comes to Doja Cat, a small part of me feels sorry for her because she did. This is what happens when you're raised by a white mom and you're a black kid. This is basically exactly what happens, and your dad runs out on you. No one's able to check you and basically say like, "Yeah, girl, you're black." So basically, yeah, there's a whole bunch of self-hatred and shit going on there and shit. So the thing is, she's dumb, she's stupid, she needs to go to therapy. And honestly, she basically just ruined her fucking life for basically like going into chat rooms entertaining alt-righters just because like she's mad at like black men and shit. Like, girl, get some help.
Yeah, because that's the biggest thing too. I mean, she's doing some edgelord shit, which it is what it is. I mean, even this right here, this is a fucking meme that took over. Just her being crazy ass Doja Cat. But at the same time, I mean, all these stories are coming out, and this is the thing I get mad about when the internet just decides to I'm gonna go against everything I was with a long time ago. There's been notes put out like from her doing tiny chat shit, where she was basically masturbating with a cucumber and showing her tits on things and doing all
Don't
this
forget,
stuff.
she basically like the thing is she's been on these chat rooms or whatever since these 4chan shit since she was like 17, 18 or whatever, even mocking like Sandra Bland's death and shit. She even has a song out that basically mocks police brutality. This girl is deep in her hatred for black people. But I find it funny that basically like girls like this will basically use black people in order to get clout and all that, and then basically run straight back to racist and shit once basically like they help her get to the fucking top. And honestly, I'm sick of it.
Yeah, because like, that's the biggest thing about this too is that people were bringing that up now, like talking about the whole masturbation thing and all the crazy shit going on. But at the same time, I'm like, with you doing this and everyone having their own Doja Cat story, why didn't you guys say this shit before she became popular? Like now that she's popular and now that's okay to talk shit about her because of her racist comments. Now you're gonna come up with all this shit and start judging her for all the things she's done in the past. Like I'm not trying to defend her either, and I know I'm looking like a contrarian with all the shit we talked about today. But I disagree with people fucking with her this much because I'm just kind of like, y'all loved her just fucking a month ago. And now she's a dumb bitch. Now she's a fucking nasty ass. And now she's this. She's always been that way. You guys just wanted to fucking, not saying people in this chat, but like social media were totally cool with her, and now she's not. And that's the biggest thing about social media that I can't fucking stand. It's like Nicki Minaj was really cool until like she did something to piss somebody off. It's like, oh, by the way, she also like defends rapists and this and that. She married this fucking piece of shit. It's like, dude, that was already the case before you guys changed your mind about her. You just defended the shit because you guys just pick whoever the fuck you want to like support. Fuck that. Like you guys are assholes. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you think I'm wrong for thinking that at all, Jed, or do you think that there's a point there that maybe social media just doesn't know when to cancel?
Well, it's like they definitely don't know how to cancel, and there's definitely still going to be a lot of black people basically like still like fighting for and shit. And there's going to be a time where basically they're just going to forget about this altogether, and she's probably going to put out some half-assed apology or whatever. Honestly, she just need to be dropped until basically she gets some straight up fucking help.
Yeah, Roxy, what are your thoughts about all this crazy Doja Cat shit?
Well, my thing is how I've seen a couple people reacting to it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing too many people excuse this shit just because it's a part of her brand. Because she weird, lol. It's normal. I don't know why y'all are so pressed. Because she's weird. This is just a part of her brand. She's just doing weird shit. No, it doesn't excuse any of this. Not even in the fucking slightest. The same thing with the Jeffree Star stuff. Like, dude claims that he saw like a 20-some-year-old man diddle around with a fucking 11, 12-year-old, but we're just gonna gloss over it because he made good makeup.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck, and people are
I'm
still
I'm
buying
tired
shit.
of the stands.
Yeah, and like that's the thing, that's still gonna continue on. Like, dude, when we talked about Jeffree Star last week, not to like give him a platform, wow, I said that shit like a Mexican, like platform. Sorry, my accent's coming out. But like last week we were talking about him and fucking I don't want to like talk anything like advertise his shit, but people were saying good comments about his new thing, like that at the the fucking the death ashes makeup
The new
shit.
makeup palette.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that stupid thing is. And like, yeah, there's people like, oh, I like this stuff. Oh, it's so great. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
His palette sold out.
yeah, what's up? And then remember fucking like a year ago when the Kanye, or not Kanye West, the fucking R. Kelly shit happened and all of his sales skyrocketed after Surviving R. Kelly came out? Like,
Hmm.
what's wrong with these fucking people? Like, what the fuck is it?
Not
I,
only that, but Jeffrey got caught with something new actually pretty recently. So there was a
Jesus.
song he made out where he basically where he basically said, obviously I'm not gonna say it, but he said, referring to black men, they order me as like him as like their last meal because black people be on death row according to Jeffrey,
Oh, wow.
and he's still making money off of that shit. If you go on Spotify right now and look up the song, I think it's called like "We Want Cunt" or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's still making money off of that.
Yeah.
There's multiple clips of him using the N word just freely as if it were nothing. This dude has not changed in the slightest.
Yeah, but
This
yet those people don't
looks
get
like a
canceled.
straight up corpse and has some of the ugliest facial structure I have ever fucking seen. I can't wait. I can't wait till he's basically out of the fucking picture.
Yeah, same here. I hope all these motherfuckers that are cancelable actually get canceled and etc. But like, here's the biggest thing, man, is ganja. I know that you're not one to really agree all the time with the social media stuff. So I mean, like, I'm really curious how you feel about this because I know you're a Doja Cat. At least you think her shit's funny. But what do you think about this, man?
I mean, the song was funny as fuck. Like, I still find like the fact that she made a song about mooing a real like #1 hit to the point that Nicki Minaj got mad at her. But
Yeah.
we talked about this on one of the podcasts, and I'm going to plug it here so I don't have to plug it at the end of the show. Go check it out. We get into this in full depth as well as the Joe Biden stuff in a real political manner and bring up some of the stuff that he's guilty of. And right now we're just doing the cultural stuff. So when it comes to Doja Cat, I just feel like it's like Jet said, she's a girl that got wrapped up in the 4chan culture. And because she didn't really grow up in terms of like a lot of like black influence in her life, because that's coming out now that I guess she was raised by her white relatives apparently a lot more, and that could have led
Her
into what
white
her
mom.
beliefs. Yeah. So I don't know what that is, but honestly, at this certain point, like I don't think canceling works unless you're able to hit these people at their finances. At the end of the day, these people are only operational because they make money for large corporations. The fact that his palette still sells out is the reason why he's not canceled, even though he's made allegations to like sleeping with young boys and the fucking constant racism that appears every other fucking month. It's because he's still making money. That's what our generation is gonna have to realize. If you're really gonna try to cancel someone, you have to do a whole full on boycott. And at that point, you're the people like the stands, they can outspend you now. It's not like in the old days when like, oh, stop buying fur, and they throw like fucking paint on fur, and that would drop the prices of fur because no one wants to be accused of being an animal killer. Well, with the onset of like a more international market that's going on nowadays, you can't really do that because hell, like Jeffree Star can make money from a South African company. I don't give a fuck what what Americans people think.
Yeah. So I mean, and on this, by the way, too, because someone brought up in the chat, and we actually already had this kind of prepared, because yeah, I mean, I was surprised by this too. But Lana Del Rey,
Mm-hmm.
apparently she went out and basically, was talking about like, oh, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, and I'll actually pull the actual quote in a bit, but along the line, she was discussing how, she talks about shit that's more deep. She doesn't like the fact that people get so much attention when they're talking about fucking and dancing and kissing and cheating and all these other artists. And she named them by name. That's the thing. Like, I understand where she was coming from. I actually almost agree with her, but when you name people by names like Beyonce, this person, that person, then say you're fans of them, you don't follow them, you fucking, and by the way, the common denominator of all these girls are that they're all black. It was like, what the fuck is going on?
They're all like mostly people of color, except for
Ariana Grande.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but like about that, like Jet, what are your thoughts on that? As well as like, I mean, why do you think she's even coming out here and saying this? Is she trying to stay popular? Is she trying to be brought up?
This bitch is so jealous. Sure, this bitch actually coming out here acting like Beyonce, Doja Cat, and Cardi like weren't met with a whole bunch of criticism for like making their types of music and shit. Like this
Don't they
bitch
constantly call Cardi B like the stripper rapper, like in a drug term?
They are constantly getting shit, constantly, and I can't believe she's about to make me because she group fucking Camila Cabello into these people. I gotta defend her now too. Like this fucking goddamn bitch with her fucking sad face. I want my fucking I want to sing about my fucking partners abusing me ass sad hoe.
Sadness.
Summertime sadness.
I fucking hate that song. That song sucks. This bitch cannot sing either. Keep your jealous ass away from these girls, okay? Like keep their names out of your fucking mouth and out of your fucking writing.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just so random for her to actually come out and say that shit. And then, the biggest thing right now that I pulled up before we start the show is that there's an article from Pitchfork, and she's actually going on there defending her stuff. You would think that when people actually talk shit and whatnot too, go in there and say, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it in this negative light, right? But she doubled down on the shit, saying no, a couple found onto my controversial post that's not controversial at all, despite the feedback I've heard from several people that mentioned a complimentary way, which no, she didn't. Whether it be Ariana or Doja Cat, I want to say that I remain firm in my clarity and stance in that way whilst writing about what's the importance of self-advocacy. And for the more delicate and often dismissed, softer female personality. There does have to be room for that type in what will inevitably be a new third wave of feminism that's rapidly approaching. Watch. And here's the biggest... Shut up. Yeah, it's just fucking crazy. And people, I promise...
Feminism that looks like me. Feminism that looks like you, huh?
Yeah.
Wasn't that second wave? Didn't we have that wave of feminism?
All I'm saying is that you want feminism to look like you, more like you, despite the fact you called out all these women of color. Bitch, if you don't fucking sit your ass down, probably the most accurate description that I basically saw of her was basically she makes music for people who think that loving the 60s is a personality trait.
Yeah, which that's even a loaded comment because I'm there's so many things I could say that's not only agreeable, but at the same time kind of why would you even say that's just obvious? But I don't know. There's a lot there. My whole thing too is just kind of she's talking about the third wave of female femininity. You mean to talk about more women? We should be oh god, here comes a new wave of people being sad because their boyfriends abuse them. That's not being.
Can I just go back about singing about how I got abused by my lovers and all that? Who was stopping you? Who was stopping you, bitch?
Yeah, and I don't know how that's feminine strength. You got people like Cardi B and whatnot that are actually able to make so much money that they can help put themselves on the forefront in theatrical releases like Hustlers and shit like that. There are big movies being played. And I know Charlie's Angels was a shit movie and everything too, but Ariana Grande and a bunch of other girls, Lady Gaga, I think,
and she was the worst part of that song too, by the way.
But these people are actually having their stuff put on movies a lot and and they're doing Twitch things and I don't know, right now, all these girls that she brought up are doing pretty fucking good, are helping the entire fucking landscape of feminine fucking music and just this whole industry. And she wants to versus them it just doesn't make sense. It's going backwards, as well as the fact that I feel she can't be stupid enough to think that she's actually doing something good for women. I think that she's trying to suck in any of that fucking hype for any of these girls just to make herself get blown up. You know what I mean? And she's already blown up. It's you're being a Glenn of a hype fucking hog. You know what I mean? It's just kind of strange to me. But Roxy, I'm gonna ask you, for one, did you hear about all this, and what do you feel about it?
I heard about a good majority of it. Just basically summed up, I remember reading her quote about it, but I didn't know that she doubled down on what she said. I'm sick of her shit. I never liked her from the beginning. The only reason she got any kind of clout was because of that one fucking chicken vine in the red dress.
Oh, God,
that's all she got. But when it comes to her comments, There needs to be room for more people like me in feminism. You're white. Sit the fuck down. Like, and what does she mean exactly by that? Softer females. Like, right now, strong females are having a very, very, very big effect on pop culture right now. These women are aggressive, like, we're gonna get our money, we're gonna do whatever we want, and nobody can tell us shit. That's good. That's the type of woman. That's the type of woman that we aspire to be like right now. And that's cool. Strong women ain't had a moment in a minute. But when it comes to basically what she's been saying, I don't agree with that at all because all her songs are just basically about being abused, being mistreated, and she wants that to have the spotlight when it comes to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, it's fucking
Sit
crazy.
the fuck down. Why the fuck are we gonna glorify someone being abused? Someone being fucking mistreated in a relationship? And this is my same problem with The Weeknd too. Look, some of his music is a bop, but I can't stand that one fucking Weeknd song where he's like, I need to find somebody that can fix me. No, get your fucking sad boy, drunk ass, like, get your shit together. Ain't no
Yeah.
woman gonna fix you. You're a fuck boy.
Yeah, and like that's the thing too. It's like
I can't stand that fuck boy shit.
his whole persona is always like kind of like doing the whole like I'm a cool guy, I like to drink and have fun, guys on things, and I'm like, dude, like you're disguising yourself when we all know like you're just some sad boy shit, which is nothing wrong with that, but you're not even like proud of your like demographic because that's what it is. I feel like most people that listen to that shit must be a little sad. Like, and I get it. Like, if you are a person who does listen to The Weeknd, by the way, and you're sad and you're not happy with your shit, hey, I'm with you. I listen to Korn, so yeah.
Like, sad boy music's the thing. Like, but try to look at it from a more positive example. Like Joji. Joji's a sad boy. His sad boy music is fucking as sad as it gets. But at least he's singing about positive shit. He's not like, I don't want people like the way The Weeknd does it, where he's like, I want to find someone that can fix me. Joji basically talks about like, oh, I love this girl so much, but I can't have her because I know I'm not good enough for her. Or he talks about like his insecurities or just stuff like that. That's typically going against the grain when it comes to males making music. The same thing with Bad Bunny. The stuff that Bad Bunny talks about is going against the grain of Latin machismo that's going on, and people are pissed off about that. And they don't understand why people fucking love Bad Bunny as much as they do.
Yeah, I mean, and like, here's the thing, not to bring this fucking guy back in, because for one, I think we're insulting other people that we brought up by just saying this motherfucker's name. Do you want to guess who I'm going to say, by the way?
No, I'm just gonna wait and see, because I have a couple in mind, but I want to just see.
Tekashi 69. One thing I want to
Oh
bring
my
up, too,
god.
this motherfucker, he thinks he's so badass, and even though he was doxxed and was in danger, Team Z's like, he might die, and all that shit, he makes a video. And he's just like, yo, look at me. I don't give a fuck. I'm proud of being a snitch. You're not proud, dude. You know you're not proud. You
It's
know you're
because he
scared.
got the feds on his side.
Yep,
The feds
exactly.
are taking care of him right now.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, like, we live in an age now where you can be honest and you're going to fit a demographic and people are going to appreciate your straight upness. When he does stupid shit like that fucking music video, I forgot what it's called already, but like, yeah. Goomba, yeah, when he does that shit, whatever the fuck, it's like, dude, like, this is no different than when Lana Del Rey is like, we gotta do strong female shit when she doesn't provide strong female content. You got The Weeknd, hey, we're gonna do this player shit, oh, we're living it up, we're
What
extravagant,
strong
we're cool.
female shit? Nothing about Lana is strong.
Exactly, but then, like, even
She
with
wants
that
people
boy,
to be soft. Like, and that's cool. There's different type of women. I get what she's saying on that aspect. But the way that she went about it and basically everything that she talked about was literally just white feminism. It was nothing about letting women just be women. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't have dragged all these women who are majority
Yep.
people of color, except for Ariana,
yeah.
through the mud. If
Well,
it was really about feminism, then you wouldn't do that shit.
and here's the thing too. The reason why I said common denominator that they're all black is that even though Ariana Grande is not black, she looks like she's trying to be black. And I think that Lana was like me and didn't do any fucking research and was looking at them like, huh, yeah, she's black too. Like, it's just kind of strange. And then when people called her out and she's like, no, I love these women. I'm fans of all of them. But yeah, she doesn't follow any of them. And I mean, I
And
know,
she dragged them through the mud.
yeah. What
She
did you say?
definitely follows like Ariana and fucking Camilo, but
Oh,
the
she
other
does.
girl she doesn't. She doesn't follow Beyonce. She doesn't follow Nicki. She doesn't follow Doja. She doesn't follow Cardi. It's just like, okay, these are your favorite people, yet you're not following them on Twitter. I mean, if maybe this is just me, but if someone was my favorite person, I would have been following them already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it just kind of seems like, once again, I mean,
AKA, boo, bitch, we hate your fucking pussy.
No, because like, yeah, I think that, like, the biggest thing about this is, like, you know, she's just doing. I mean, it kind of fits alongside all these other issues where she's just trying to pretend something. She's trying to act something. She's probably. I mean, that's kind of a backpedal right there. Like, hey, they're my favorite people, and you know, I mean, it's like, no, we're calling you out because obviously they're not your favorite people because you have to talk shit about them, and if you're not following them, it's like, no, like, you're just trying to save yourself from looking bad and fucking up some potential business. Because the dumbest thing about any of this is just like, Beyonce clearly is the mecca of this particular type of content. You know, all those girls really are. Why the fuck would you talk shit about the person that if she did a deal with you would make so much fucking money?
We talked about fucking Beyonce and Nicki, knowing how rabid their fans are.
Yeah,
Rip.
the dumbest fucking thing you could have done. Like, they always, it's a big joke. Don't fuck with the Bayhive. Why would you fuck with the Bayhive? You can't even make money right now because no one's doing performances because of the fucking COVID-19. Why would you choose now to fuck up like this?
Are we gonna take somebody seriously who literally sold her fans a fucking cocaine spoon rosary necklace thing?
Are you serious?
Yes, look up the
And
Lana
she
Del
sold-
Rey
all right,
spoon necklace.
I don't know how she got away with this because she actually advertised it as a spoon. So, little fun fact from Ganja's history in the marijuana industry: a lot of places are that sell like bongs or water pipes. They're basically the same thing, but certain places offer certain licenses. So, if you want to buy like water pipes from outside the country, or you want to buy them from different states that don't have looser marijuana laws, you can't actually call them bongs. Same thing with those things called spoons.
Mm-hmm.
Spoon is a drug slang for them because people use the spoon to, you know, snore up in the bathroom real quick or take a little bump. But with some selling it as spoons, they are advertising it as a drug paraphernalia, which is actually illegal. So I don't know how she got away with that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But just that's so, and people actually bought. Like, that's the biggest thing. People literally bought it. Like, I can't get over this shit.
Y'all want to respond to Lair Carroll?
Oh yeah, he's saying y'all discussing it with zero nuance at all. Which, I mean, I guess he's pretty much saying that we're not really showcasing that there's any, like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to like think what he means by that, but I guess we're being too exact and not actually looking to the facts and just saying hard opinions.
I mean, well, like what? Like, who? She put out her shit like right there.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, most of this was quotes, man. So I don't know. I mean, I understand.
I was
that.
looking at they're thinking about their experiences. That's where I'm like, yeah, obviously, but the way she's talking about this and trying to present it like something more than it is, that's hypocritical, and we're not going to stand for that.
No,
They can sing whatever they want to sing, but that shit's some hypocrite shit.
But not only that, she's not attacking critics; she's attacking fellow artists.
And she's supposed to be all for women of all shapes and sizes and personality traits, strong, soft, whatever the fuck. Women can be women and we're supposed to uplift them no matter what. Then if it was truly about that, then why would you drag women, most of all, who all of them, a majority, well, not all of them, a majority are like people of color.
Yeah, and my biggest thing too, and this is where people might put me on a whole like like cancel type thing, whatever the fuck, but like, my thing is, people are using the word strong too much about shit, because this is the thing that I'm just getting sick of. Like, you know, I mean, at the very end here, I think, let me look at exactly what she wrote again. Yeah, there had to be room for the type that will inevitably become a new wave or third wave of feminism that is rapidly approaching. Watch. And, you know, her content's always about being the victim, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's strong to be a victim. No, you're making people
Girl,
that
ain't
are
no one
victimized.
trying to listen to basically like sad music all the fucking time. Can we have fun, please? Not everyone basically is comfortable listening about fucking abuse shit.
But even if people are, because I mean, I know I like abuse shit, or, you know, like,
She gets mad at Jolene.
But my thing is,
Fuck that bitch.
but my thing is though, is like, cause I like sad shit. That's pretty much all I listen to. But the thing is though, is like, I'm not strong for it. I think that there's like this thing, and even when it comes to like modeling or like chubby people, it's like, you're brave because you took your clothes off and put yourself in a magazine. That's so brave. It's like, listen, you can compliment them. That's cool. Blah blah blah. But we keep putting words like strong, strength, brave on things that do not match those things at all. You're just complimenting, and you don't know the right compliments. You're just like, oh, you're strong. It's like, no, that's not what it is. If someone's actually being abused and they're listening to your music in a situation where they're stuck with their husband who's fucking making their life miserable, you don't make them feel good about being miserable. oh, you're such a brave and strong person for staying with that person. No, make a song about fuck this guy, right? Like, do something that's like, I mean, that's the movement.
I make songs for weak girls.
Like, this girl has this thing where, like, people are like, she's like, you know, oh, be proud of the fact that you let someone fuck with you and you just dealt with it. It's like, that's a very 1960s, 70s type of way of dealing with shit. Like, I'm sorry, but the world has changed. Feminism isn't what it was back in the fucking old days where you cook for the fucking dude who gets home and shit. It's just fucking, it's stupid. You know, and
she makes music for people that wreck homes where there isn't
No,
even a home to begin with.
Austin straight up said it, man. Fuck you. I ain't getting you no ashtray.
Yeah, like fucking McCall Brooks. Ashtray, bitch. No, fuck you. Yeah, dude. Like, that's the thing that's kind of fucking annoying. Lord Hero saying that's her point. Lana isn't any less of a feminist just because she has a different preference for her life. She never said that other women shouldn't be strong and confident and independent. I took it as something different, so maybe you're right about the nuance of me not really looking into this, more so of like her point.
If she wants to be a feminist, you can basically put, like, using those other girls as an example for basically singing about the shit they have.
And if you are a feminist, you wouldn't be putting people down like that neither.
Yeah, she just comes off as incredibly jealous. Like, oh, well, I got made fun of for basically, like, me singing about this stuff, while they got to sing about, like sex and all this other stuff. Like, girl, weren't you basically trying to be a stripper? Yeah. I think I remember that shit.
Yeah, no, you're right.
My God, what a hypocrite.
Fucking sparkle jump rope queen ass bitch.
Another thing too I'm thinking of as well is I actually kind of forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. God damn it! Poop! I farted. My brain farted. Son of a bitch. Anyways, all I'm saying though, basically, it's just this is the biggest thing. It's like, okay, aside from the feminism thing, because obviously that's kind of subjective. Some people think feminism's this. Some people think it's this other thing. So whatever, I'll jump off of that. But let's go to just business and just very simple socializing. When you make a post and you're in this industry where no one's actually having shows and you need to make money, you need to make business decisions, the best thing you should possibly do is not to name 5 or 6 other artists on your fucking page while you're going to rant about how their shit is inferior to your shit. That is some dumb shit. I mean, like, we're in a situation now where people like the guy from Trapped can't even state his political opinion. Yes, he is wrong, and yes, he is a dick, and I don't like Trump, and I don't like people who do like Trump. But my thing is that all he was doing was posting his opinion, and he gets canceled for it. Lana Del Rey, though, gets to talk shit about other people in the industry. Multiple people. Because of her fucking jealousy. And there's people out there to self-defend her. I'm like, no, that's fucking stupid, and it's rude. It's disrespectful. And it's just like, damn, like, do you not have a business agent? Do you not have a publicist to tell you to shut the fuck up? Like, you know, I don't know. And maybe, you know, this is a weird world where it's like, oh, well, she's a girl, so it's okay. You know, you shouldn't have someone tell her not to say what she wants to say. It's all about letting the inner fucking voice out because strong strength and all that brave shit, whatever. But this is going to ruin her career. This is going to be dumb. You know what I mean? Like, you think Beyonce and Nicki Minaj are going to forget this or their fans? It's fucking stupid.
I'm pretty sure Beyonce doesn't even know who she is.
Possibly not. But it's like, there was a slight chance that she would. I mean, dude, like, imagine how many people are going to get together and work together next year when everything's open again and music and live music's going to be cool again. This is not the time to fucking burn your bridges before they're even built. It's crazy. Gene, Nick is so strong and well-spoken. No, I'm not strong or well-spoken. I fucked up so many times, but thank you. But I mean, do you think that's like the biggest thing about this, Jet? That probably was just like the worst sin she created by just talking shit about Beyonce and everybody else? Or, yeah.
Like, none of these people were doing anything to her. Like, she basically was the one. She should just sat there and ate her fucking food, or basically do whatever, snort some coke or whatever the fuck, like she does, like while she's writing fucking boring ass fucking music. Literally nobody was talking about her ass, and then she basically wanted to make a whole big thing about her, knowing that her, like someone said, her fan base is all depressed. They know they can't fight off Beyonce and Nicki Minaj's fans. That was stupid of her, incredibly stupid. She could have just kept making music, and then people, like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who actually still like Lana Del Rey's music. Like, hell, people love sad music. The thing is, like, she should have just minded her own business and just kept putting out her fucking music. People would defend you. Like, there's going to be people out there who are going to defend your music, like, no matter what, and still listen to it. It's because you're not, like, as big as these artists that are basically, like, doing this other, like, fun, like, sexy shit. Doesn't mean that people aren't listening to your shit either.
And like, here's one thing over here I don't like too. She's like, I'm sorry that the folks who I can only assume are super Trump Pence supporters or hyper liberals or flip flopping headline grabbing critics can't read and want to make it a race war. When
Hold
in
on,
fact
hold
the
on,
issue, it's like,
hold
what?
on. Hyper liberals? That's a dog whistle, son.
Yeah, I don't even know these terms.
All right,
really.
dog whistles are. It's a. All right, so dogs. I'll explain to you. Dog whistling is when someone uses like a like under like you know how someone say like a racist joke, but it could also be turned as someone just joke around or they're just testing the waters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what dog whistling is. When she says ultra liberals, she's basically dog whistling to like alt right and like kind of like centrist or like Republican type people. That she's being assaulted by like people that are like ultra liberal values, like blue hair type, you know,
Oh, so
crazy
they all like
SQW.
gather up in front of her, and be like, "Hey, she's one of us. We think she's
Yeah,
fucking
trying to
stupid
get
too."
that like you know the comedians do that shit.
Oh,
She's
oh,
basically
yeah.
doing that shit right now.
Yeah. Like when like Ari Shaffir will do something where he's like, "Hey, it's comedy, and I'm sick that us comedians can't say what we want." And all the comedians like, "Yeah, he's for us, I think." So yeah. Fuck Kobe Bryant. You know what
Next
I
thing
mean? Like,
you know, after basically being attacked by all these black people, she's basically gonna start putting on music called like fucking 13, 16, 9%.
yeah, you fucking Elon Musk and shit. I don't know, man.
Only a few people are actually gonna get that shit.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, but like like that right there, that little piece right there, it's like this is
311.
and I hate to keep talking shit about people that we know in the community, but again, this is kind of like another person I know named Will. I'm sorry, Will, but this goes out to you, dog. It's like every time someone disagrees with you on some political thing or something you say or whatever, it always goes into, I bet you're a Trump supporter. Like, why is that your like number one card for shit? It's like if you're playing XCOM and you have like this one particular weapon that costs the most energy and then it just completely destroys the other team. You're a Trump supporter, but boom, I won my argument. I don't have to actually think or actually have to like earn any respect or any points. I just have to say Trump supporter and then run away and watch everyone else go after this fucking person. Like, I've noticed that about fucking even, I mean, we've mentioned him earlier, but even Christian. Like, fighting with dudes for 72 fucking comments worth on a page and just saying shit like, hey, what, are you some kind of fucking Trump supporter? Are you a Republican? And it's like, now you said that, none of my points are gonna go in. Because now you just painted me as a Republican or some asshole or something, or some alt-right guy. And, like, I can't say anything. Because now that's the context for all my new comments. And that's what she said here. Like, you don't fucking, what the fuck does that have to do with your comments, lady? We're talking about music and their strong feminist bullshit. And it's like, oh yeah, well fucking, I can just imagine you guys are hyper liberals or Trump Pence supporters. That has nothing to do with it. You just fucked up your whole point, sweetheart. Like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't know shit about the situation.
I don't still get why she has to double down. Like celebrities are known for their half-assed apologies, where they really don't mean it.
Yeah, just
I don't know why she still feels the need to be like, oh well, like, oh I personally wouldn't do that shit. I got morals to my shit.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, what's so wrong? Like, we're all going through some shit. Pandemic's going on. Just apologize or just say, hey, you know what? I misspoke and I am sorry. No offense to Beyonce or anybody. I love the music, and let's just move on. But no, it's like, and now everyone's talking shit to me. Fuck you guys. No. You said your shit first. So fuck you. Like, fuck you.
Like, hell, like, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Even if it wasn't racist, what she basically did or whatever. It was basically really tone deaf and corny.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, by the way, to defend her too, I'll say this: there's people out there that are talking shit about her face now, and it's the same thing that goes with like fucking. Because I mean, I know you're probably gonna talk shit in here too. I'm not gonna go after you, Jet, or you, Rox, if you guys agree with the things I'm about to say. But like, there's some girls out there that are like, I mean, you showed me a video last night, Jet, where she's like, man, that bitch, ugly ass bitch thinks she can talk like this, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, wait, so she just turns ugly because of her comments? And then I found out that the video's from 2013. So it's like, nah, you've been fucking with this lady and talking shit about her for a long time, and now because it's popular to hate her, now these things are like blowing up, and it's funny to make fun of her face, and it's funny to make fun of her content.
I think it's basically because she that video was made because she lied about having surgery done.
But still, it's like everyone gets surgery. I don't know. If she's lying, then yeah, that sucks, and I can't defend someone who's lying. But at the same time, it's like, Lana Del Rey was loved until yesterday, and it's like. I mean, people gotta stop just randomly like, oh, she said this thing, so now fuck her forever. It goes to the Joe Biden thing. Joe Biden was a guy everyone was talking great about. Oh, you're a piece of shit if you don't vote at all. You got to vote for fucking Joe Biden now because he's our only hope. And now, because of what he said the other day, everyone's like, fuck Joe Biden. I'm like, no. If you're going to stick with him this whole fucking time, you better take his fucking, hold his fucking hand through this shit. You're going to guilt people for not voting or guilt people for voting for Trump or whatever. And now this guy turns into a villain, which, by the way, we've always known this guy was shitty this entire time. You just wanted to blind yourself and not see it. Now that you fucking see it and it's inarguable, now fuck Joe Biden. It's like, no, fuck you for being a fucking bandwagoner. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to talk about politics, but this Joe Biden shit, man, Ganja, if you want to tell people what happened mostly, and then at the same time, I mean, let me know if your thoughts have changed about this guy.
I mean, honestly, the biggest thing he did was essentially tell black people, if you don't vote for him, you're not black, whatever that fucking means. Honestly, what he's really trying to do is try to claim that. You know how you hear some like conversations between black folks when they call out each other that are either tokenizing for right wingers or they're like trying to do the Doja Cat thing and kind of appeal to like Nazis and trying to make money. That's essentially what he was trying to do, and I think that like the biggest thing that pissed off a lot of people was the fact that he thinks he has the right to do that because quote unquote he has the black vote, so he knows who the black people are that are voted for him.
Yeah,
he doesn't have Doja Cat's vote.
Nope. I mean, he actually has Doja Cat's votes, but he's not going to have yours probably, Jet. And honestly, like, he deserves every bit of the backlash he's getting towards him, especially the people that are trying to defend him now that were standing for him like a couple weeks ago. And my favorite have been the people dropping off now who are like, oh, I can no longer support Biden after this statement. Like, he's been doing this since, like, one thing I was watching the Daily Double Talk the other day, and Corey had brought up the crime bill.
Yeah.
And he had brought up like it was 84. It wasn't 84. Biden himself wrote a bill in 1994 with Hillary Clinton. It was her bill with Biden and the Democrat established under Bill Clinton. The crime bill that everyone's talking about that incarcerated so many black folks and separated the families and made it to where like to receive certain amounts of welfare that you couldn't have a 2-parent household was under the fucking Clinton administration. Like all this shit happened under Clinton. Like no one's pulling this out of their ass. It's just people are refused to receive the facts about this candidate because honestly they just know him from the Uncle Biden memes and him being vice president during the Barack Obama years.
Yeah, by the way, hello there, Austinic. Like, I try to say hi as much as I can, but sometimes I get lost in the sauce when I'm talking about these things. But the crime bill, yeah, you're right about lots of that shit. And I don't want to say anything that's incorrect, so I won't touch on that too much. But another thing, too, is, like, I thought now we've kind of understood that the word blacks is not acceptable. Right?
You're also talking about a guy that he brought up a fucking gangster that he almost fought at a community pool that was called either Toothpick or some fucking, like, generic-ass black gangster name that you see in a PSA special about drugs.
Yeah, but like that's the biggest thing about this though is when he said that he's like, yeah, well, the blacks were not affected. I'm like, dude, you just fucking undid your comment. He reminds me of those, those two college people that said how to make an N-word in sync. He just did what that girl did. Like when she apologized, she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to offend the blacks. It's like you just did it again. You just fucking did it right now. Like in your apology. That's how fucking blind you are to how fucking racist that you are.
And Lakura, you bring up a good point, but even people back then were criticizing black leadership for that. Tupac mentions it in a bunch of interviews, how like Jesse Jackson and a bunch of those black leadership in the 90s basically abandoned urban youth for this idea of a white middle class war on crime. Like they have criticized both sides for this. Like black political leaders as well as Native American ones and Latino ones. Everyone that supported that 1994 crime bill is guilty of that shit. And here's the funny part. They're the same ones that are pushing Biden on us.
Yeah, man. And then like someone else in a chat, I know they're joking, but man, this speaks so many fucking volumes. They were, God, I wish I can. Oh, here it is. Ingenuity, which, by the way, I love that name, and I love you. I got to play Call of Duty again soon. But he says, if you don't eat chicken, you're not Black Talk. Yeah, guess who that was from? A movie, Green Book. Last year, 2 years ago, when people were talking about how great that fucking movie is, and that character constantly saying, you're a black, or he says blacks all the fucking time. But then the whole idea of like, oh, it's so cute that Vigo is saying, you got to eat fried chicken if you're a black dude. This, Joe Biden did the exact same thing. Right? And it's like it was okay back then until it wasn't, and now this is going to be okay until it isn't too. It's like you're making a joke, and it's funny that quote's from that movie and whatever, but like our potential president just did it. He just did it. It's like white people and I guess politics just don't know how to talk. And that's a big thing. Like I hate to defend Trump, but the man knows how to talk. someone can call him out and shit and say, hey, you're talking shit about all these people. No, I said that about fucking Rosie O'Donnell. No, you said it here. Okay, maybe I did. Moving on. It's like there's something about that where it's like he knows how to talk. He's not fucking stupid. He's aware that he's insulting people. He just doesn't give a fuck. You got to appreciate that a little bit. Joe Biden is here going to the Breakfast Club, a predominantly black podcast or radio show, whatever the case, and he's still fucked up. What else is this fucking moron capable of doing?
When you basically look worse than Charlemagne the God, you fucked up.
Yeah, so fucking bad. I mean, yeah, like, what are your thoughts about this, Jet? Because I've never, ever really talked to you about political talk. And, I mean, there's a reason why I don't like political talk. But what are your thoughts on this?
Man, these next 4 years are going to be horrible.
No matter what, right?
This is going to be horrible.
I can't wait for the debates.
I can't.
Those are going to be fucking hilarious.
I wouldn't be able to stomach watching them.
I'm thinking of, like, could it be any worse than last time? Or Hillary Clinton?
Nah, all right. Last time we at least had two people that were somewhat reasonable. Now it's gonna be two like old white grandpas that come to the cookout that don't like each other arguing on stage. It's gonna be fucking great.
And one basically losing his mind. So that's gonna be a massacre. I can't.
Yeah, because I mean, and I guess I don't know if this is defensible, but like it's defensible as a person, not as a president. But yeah, he's losing his mind. He's ill. So it's like, I guess that's defensible in the sense of as a person. Maybe he didn't mean to offend anybody or say the wrong thing. But then it's indefensible because this guy's trying to be president. How did this dude make it through? How many fucking morons are available in that White House that this fucking guy made it through where he's at this point that he might actually win against Trump? I cannot believe this motherfucker is at this point. It's insane. It's like no one's paying attention. I fucking hate Roxy. What do you feel about this? I think she
What?
did. No, what are your
No,
thoughts
I'm
on
not
Joe
dead.
Biden
It's
shit?
just my microphone just went out for a bit, so I was messing around with the settings.
Oh, okay, but no, what are your thoughts about this fucking this whole Joe Biden thing? Do you think people are making a big deal of this these comments, or do you think that making a fair amount of deal about these comments?
Honestly, when it comes to Biden, I'm just tired of both sides when it comes to how they feel about him. Like, there's people who are diehard stans who basically will excuse anything and everything because he is quote unquote better than Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the people who are like, no, he's cool Joe Biden. Like, that's Papa Biden. Remember when he was cool and wore the sunglasses and did the thing when fucking Obama was president?
Yeah.
Yeah, get him back in there.
Yeah.
And he honestly, I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand just seeing him in general. And I'm with Jet. I don't think I can stand the debates neither.
Yeah.
Because he's losing his fucking mind. And just the fact that everyone wants to brush it under the rug and act like it's not happening. I've worked in a nursing home. I know when someone's losing their fucking mind. And it's like, how fucking far are we going to let this thing go?
And it's just kind of like, dude, what I'm most mad about is literally why I was so mad about the Hillary Clinton stuff, is that I fucking hate that I hate Donald Trump, but yet he's such a good talker and he actually is like awake that he whoops ass at these debates. Like, he verbally and mentally beat the fuck out of Hillary Clinton.
Yo, he hit her like a fucking roast special. Like, he learned, like, if he had like Bill Burr and Gilbert Gottfried like sent him like fucking little bits to throw at her throughout the fucking debate.
Yeah, like, and she's just sitting there like she's mentally getting dazed, like it's a Mortal Kombat video game. It's like, finish her. Like, she's just like, hey, look at
He's trying to. All right, so you ever had a teacher, like, you guys ever had a bad class?
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
right, you know when they start roasting the teacher, the teachers know how to stop it, so she just starts doing that like suburban mom face, like, you need to stop this.
Yeah.
That's her. That was her through the whole debate, and he was just hitting her every time.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you what my history teacher told me when I had to do a presentation on Hitler?
What?
Oh, God.
I mentioned that Hitler was a fascist, and he doctored me points. And his comment underneath it was, Hitler was not a fascist. And he took off 10 points of my presentation off of that.
What does he think he is?
I don't know, probably an American hero. by the shit that he taught us.
Secret Nazi man. Secret Nazi man.
But yeah, man, it's just crazy. Like, she's always so fucking asleep, and it's like Joe Biden's not gonna be any different. I just hope Joe Biden doesn't go like, well, I can't, participate in this very important debate here, but buy my book. No,
he don't got a book, Jack.
like, bro, that there's a microphone in front of your face. Use it, dog. Like, it's your turn. And I remember the moderator just gave up 4 years ago in 2016, where he's like, Trump, don't talk. It's Hillary's turn, and Hillary's not talking. So the moderator's like, go ahead. Yeah, what? Fuck it, man. Fuck it.
It's like when you have two guests on a podcast and one of them's not talking and the other one's just sitting there quiet, so you just let the other guy just ramble and he's not that as good as the other guy.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, if you're not gonna be here, Trump. Yeah, what else? What, you think she's the bitch? Yeah, I mean, whatever.
It's just since the real talented one's gonna be an asshole, I'm gonna talk to the guy who really wants to talk.
Yeah, man. And like, I mean, this photo right here, I'm gonna show. I wish. I guess this was from the fucking debates. Mm-hmm. This face looks like she's actually alive. I don't remember seeing that ever. Like,
I don't remember seeing life in her.
Yeah, it's like, if I would have seen that fucking face during a debate, I think everybody would have voted for her. She just was so just like, no one's gonna vote for this guy. And it's like, no, like, you still gotta fight for it.
There's still a conspiracy theory that the Democratic Party pushed Donald Trump because they thought he would be an easy win.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking
Y'all
crazy.
underestimate how far Americans will go.
I guess so.
We're seeing that now.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking crazy, man.
Hell, people will vote for anyone as long as they hate minorities as much as they do.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyways, guys, well, I know we talked a lot about fucking politics and everything. I want to go and have some fun, talk about some nerdy shit, and watch some music videos with you guys. Which, by the way, thank you for the bits, Game Boy SP. I don't know what the fuck happened. They didn't tell me that you sent them to me, but thank you. I really appreciate it so fucking much. But we're gonna go right into the after hours, which is on our Discord page. You guys can go over there to the Facebook page of the Chat Attack. We'll post our fucking Discord link, and there you can join us, be part of the fun. It'll be fucking awesome. But Ganja Guru, watch some people where to find you, as well as I don't know, anything else you need to fucking tell them.
Like I said earlier, you can find me at the Metropolis Collective doing the Illuminati podcast with the great Rufus Wonder and, of course, the Birdman Checkazine. We do that every Saturday and release it every Tuesday. So make sure to go check that out at the Metropolis Collective and make sure to like and subscribe, as well as go check me out on Twitter at Red Ganja Guru.
Oh, yes. With that said, people, thank y'all for chilling with us. I say us. That was fucking weird. Anyway, thank you for chilling with us. It's fun. It's been cool. I'll see y'all guys in the after hours. And Eero, stay in the chat. I will post that shit right now. Goodbye, folks. By the way, it wasn't the Metropolis. This is the This is the Chat Attack, political something podcast. We had to come up with the name for this one. I don't know. Give me the name, people.